Hi everybody, I'm Saria, and this is a speedrun marathon submission video with the video game River City Ransom EX for the Game Boy Advance. The category I'll be sharing with you is any percent Wussy Mode, no cheats. I'll go ahead and explain what that means. Any percent is beating the game as quickly as possible. Wussy Mode is the lowest difficulty mode that this game offers, and no cheats doesn't refer to things like Game Shark codes or other means of external cheating that aren't allowed anyway. No cheats here refers to things that the game itself provides you, like there is a name entry screen where you can input your own names for characters. Certain names will give you things like max stats or max money or special movesets. That is not allowed in any no cheats categories. Also, there is an in-game options pause menu where you can change things like the movement speed of characters, the gravity that affects them, the amount of damage they can deal. That is also not allowed to be used in any category that designated as no cheats. Now, I think that this is a wonderful speed game to be showcased in a marathon because I think that it is an immaculate entry-level speed game. I think this because the execution is quite simple. It's very easy to play. So for somebody who has never even looked at this game before, never played it before, and they're looking for a video game that is easy enough that they can just sit down and pick it up and play it fast and not have any major troubles with it, this is an excellent video game for that. And I think that even for somebody who has never played it before, they can beat it in less than 10 minutes in this category very soon. And even if they're looking to play it at the top level and go for world records, I don't think that this game is a massive time sink for practice or grinding, because I am the world record holder for all of the categories in this game currently, and I've really been grinding at this category, but even during this grind, I haven't really set aside a bunch of time in my life for practicing. So a person who is looking to play this game at a high level shouldn't have to worry about a massive time commitment. So it's nice in that regard too. Even for veteran speedrunners who are looking for another game to pick up, this is a nice, quick, and easy one to pick up. And so I would love to have it showcased at a marathon so that they could see that for themselves. Also, I think that from a viewer's standpoint, this is a very appealing game to watch because it is viscerally appealing. There's a lot of fast-paced action. It's very cartoonish. It's got a lot of slapstick comedy. It's a very charming game, and I hope that you can see that for yourself once I get going. So I'm gonna go ahead and get ready here. Gotta set the text to very fast and put us on the correct difficulty mode. And now here's a cosmetic thing. This is just personal preference. Changing the brightness level. Now here you can see that we can choose to have an AI ally partner come with us and fight by our side. Now that might seem like a great idea, but the thing is, one of the main things that we need to control here is having the gang members target us at all times. We need to be able to have them all in the same place so we can beat them as quickly as possible. If you have an AI partner with you, then the enemies are going to be focused on them instead, and you have no control over what your AI partner is doing, so they're basically just going to be getting everybody away from you and scattering everybody and wasting time that way. Also, your AI partner sometimes just refuses to attack, so it's way better to just go by yourself, I've found. I believe that this is the fastest way to beat this category. So now that we have everything set up, and I believe I've gotten all of the logistical stuff out of the way, I'm gonna go ahead and count you in. Here we go. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Now right away you're gonna notice me do something a little bit odd here. Instead of going forward, I'm gonna go back into this room and then immediately leave again. So you might understandably be very confused as to why I did that. That is actually gonna save us 2 seconds in the long run. I'll explain once we get there. And also you notice that I jumped out of that first room, and I'm going to do it again here. That's because our horizontal velocity is faster in the air than it is when we are on the ground. And this is the first room where we have to fight a boss. There are rooms where we have to clear out all the gang members in the room, the grunts, so that we can get the boss to appear. And we have to beat the boss in order to get to the end game. The end game will not open unless we beat all the required bosses. Now, I failed that, but that's okay. Moose knows that we're on a speedrun, and he decided to jump into the pit himself. I was supposed to throw him in like I did that last gang member, but that guy is a good friend. We go way back, and he did me a solid there, and so I owe him one for sure. So, yeah, thanks, Moose. Goodness gracious. Okay, so we had to sit through a cutscene there. And now we're going to be heading off to the second boss room, where we're going to be hoping to see anyone but the mob. The mob and the frat boys can appear in this upcoming room. I want the frat boys. I got the mob. The reason I didn't want to see these guys is because you can see in that first room in the game, I was able to beat everybody in one hit. the mob do not go down in one hit. They take way more hits because they have way more HP. That costs us a ton of time. And you know what else costs time? If you accidentally leave the room. So I'm going to be showing you one of the worst things that you can do to lose time in this run. And that is leaving the room when you're in the middle of fighting people. So I just lost about 30 seconds there. But fortunately, I got the frat boys to appear instead. So now I'm going to show you why it's way better to fight the frat boys instead of the mob. Because look at this. They're all going down fast. So that was way better. So that was actually a blessing in disguise, maybe. And now I'm gonna try and do a glitched kill here. Whoops, I didn't pick him up. And, okay, I'm gonna try this again. That's better. Oh, goodbye! So, what happened there was, in this game, there are 2 rooms where you can do that. The left side of the room, the wall is a bit glitched, so that if you get the enemy to recover from... recover into the air while they're inside the wall, then they will fall to their deaths because there's no floor to catch them. And so this is where we saved that 2 seconds that I ran out of the room in the beginning to save time with, because there was supposed to be a cutscene here, and we actually triggered it when I did that movement at the beginning of the game. So that's why I did that weirdness, so that we could avoid the cutscene while fighting that boss, and that saved us 2 seconds overall. Okay, so... now we got a moment here to try and run back to where we were before. I'll go ahead and leave this for some donations. Okay, here we go. We've got another boss room here. We got the frat boys to appear. That's very lucky. Normally the jocks appear here, and they might take more than 1 hit. And the frat boys can run away often, too. That's nice. Then we don't have to worry about them at all. So this is very fortunate. And now once I beat them, I'm going to try and start off this boss fight with the Will Bobsleigh. That's named after Will Bobsled, the new world record holder in the original River City Ransom. And I got it. That's a nice, quick way to start that fight. And here we go. I'm going to try and get him... Nice, okay. That is a nice boss fight. So yeah, shoutouts to Will Bobsled, what a legend. And the locals are the worst gang in the game. I refuse to fight them. The gamers are not that much better. They're kind of like the mob, where they just have a ton of HP. So this isn't the best, but I'm gonna try and work with it here. But they're at least better than the locals. The reason I will not ever take the locals is because they're unbelievably unpredictable, and so they're constantly disrupting your rhythm. They're constantly hitting you so that you can't get attacks started, and they're just awful. They waste you so much time. So I'm just, every time I see them in this run, I'm just gonna immediately run out of the room and try and get a better gang to show up, because even wasting the time to re-enter the room is gonna be way faster than if you try and fight the locals immediately. And here I'm using the dragon kick over and over to beat this boss. The dragon kick is a really nice move that Alex starts out the game with, and it's better than Ryan's Stone Hands punch, because Alex's dragon kick can hit all grounded enemies and Ryan's punch can't. So now here I'm gonna buy shoes, and obviously this wastes a little bit of time in having to go out of our way to stop at the store, but this is going to save us time overall, because the end game bosses all have way more HP than the bosses before did. So it's really important for us to save as much time in the boss fights as we can, and in order to do that, we need to be way stronger so they take less hits to take out. And so that's why I bought shoes. And we got the internationals here. The locals showed up in the room before that, which was scary, but they didn't show up here, so that's good. The internationals are a nice endgame gang. They only have 10 HP to take out, so we are very happy to see them. Where's the last guy? Good. And I'm gonna try and take out this boss with something called the red kill. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that's very bad. Yep, see, that's why it's dangerous. So now we have a backup here. Now I can show you what to do if that goes wrong. Hopefully, yep, goodbye. See, he has that special move where he can home in on you and just, like, fly at you. But if you go to the other side of that bottomless pit, and then you just charge up an attack, which means that you're guaranteed to guard against any attack that hits you, then he'll just pop off of you and fall into the pit. So that's a nice backup that you can do. It doesn't waste that much time overall. Okay, we got the locals. I'm gonna re-enter the room. Okay, we got the homeboys. They're way better, because they just stand there. Good for them. Okay, so I showed a little backup you can do on that boss fight before. So there are lots of backups that you can do in this game to ensure that you beat it. And even if you do make the worst possible mistakes, like I did early on by leaving that room, even the worst possible mistakes in this game are not the end of the world. Like, there's nothing that can really just end your day when you're trying to speedrun this game. You can beat it every single time without major issue. This was actually the scariest boss in the game because you saw that he didn't fall down after my first attack, which means that he could just walk away immediately. But luckily he didn't, so that was a fast boss fight. And now we got the cowboys. The cowboys are really nice because they don't go down in very many hits, and they run right at you, so you can beat them quickly. And that was a nice fight. Now I'm gonna try and get a quick kill on this boss fight. Here we go. I'm gonna try and catch him on his feet right now. Oh, I barely missed it. If you catch him on his feet as he's falling, then you can hit him while he's in his standing state. And when enemies are in their standing state, then you can deal more damage than when they're on their grounded state. You deal less damage when enemies are on the ground. So it's nice to be able to control when they're on the ground as much as possible. Now, I walked left once I was in that room, so I could try and spawn all of them together. Unfortunately, they all kind of walked apart, but I still was able to get all 4 of them on the screen at the same time. So that's, I was able to manipulate the spawn positions as soon as I entered this room, and that was able to speed things up in the long run. And I'm trying to use this guy as a weapon against his friends. That's always a fun thing to do. Okay, and now we've got the Dragon Twins coming out. This is a pretty deceptively tough fight. I have to be positioned and timed perfectly the whole time. Okay. Yo, he did one of the only things that can mess you up at this point. He did an attack in midair, which made him invincible until he lands. If any of them walk away and desync, you're gonna lose a lot of time because you're not dealing damage to them both at the same time. Also, here's the other room where you can do the glitch kill. I messed it up again. The timing can vary when they recover, so it can be a little squirrely with trying to get the right timing sometimes, but I managed to get it eventually, and that was the final boss, and time is now. That is River City Ransom EX, any percent Wussy no cheats in 8 minutes and 35 seconds. Now that was a slightly sloppy run. I wasn't able to achieve a lot of the glitches and exploits first try, and I also made a huge mistake at the beginning by walking out of that room. But you can see that even with all of those mistakes and all of those time losses, that I had no trouble at all breezing through the game in way less than 10 minutes, way less than 9 minutes. And a lot of the worst case scenario stuff happened. So hopefully that is proof as to why this is a very friendly speed game for any skill level, especially entry level people. And I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that you enjoyed the game itself and were entertained. And I really appreciate your time that you're taking out of your day, marathon organizers, to watch this video and consider me for your marathon. And I hope that everything goes smoothly for you. And I wish you the very best. Thank you so much for doing what you're doing for a good cause. And even if I'm not going to be a part of it as a runner, I'm definitely going to check it out, and I can't wait to do that. And thank you so much. Now, if you are interested in trying out this game, or if you have any questions about this video, please feel free to message me on speedrun.com, SEIREA, or if you're involved with the marathon in question, then you might have my email address that I might have included with my submission form. Please feel free to email me there as well. I'll get back to you in either case as soon as possible. Now, hopefully this was a satisfactory video for the marathon organizers. Again, if you have any questions, then contact me. Oh man, I love this video game, and I'm very passionate about trying to build a community around it. As of now, the community, the speedrun community around this game is very small. I'm one of the only active runners, and I am trying to start a bounty for this game, especially for this category, for the first person to beat it in less than 7 minutes. I've come pretty close a few times, and I have put $200 of my own money toward this bounty, so I'm very passionate about bringing more people into speedrunning through this game. I think that it is a great way to get people into speedrunning, and it has certainly been amazing for me, and there are a lot of people that I want to shout out. The first person is Yelsrake. When I first got the world record for this game and first posted speedrun times on speedrun.com, I kind of left it to die for years. And Yelsrek was one of the main people who stepped in and became a moderator for it and verified times that were coming in. So I can't thank him enough for all the work that he's done picking up my slack and for also being a great friend and supporter. And I'd love to shout out Red as well. He took the world record from me after I left the game to die for a while, and once I saw that, it lit a fire under me, and for the first time I knew what it meant to be chasing a world record and trying to take it back. That was an experience unlike any I had ever had before, and I cannot thank Red enough for also being a wonderful friend and supporter, and it's been such a privilege to have him in my life, and he's a great dude. Thank you so much, Red. You are the best. Also, Ice Age 70, he has taken a world record or two from me as well in this game in the all bosses category. He's also been a long-time friend and supporter, and he is a ballin' dude. All the best to you, Ice. You're the best. And thanks to the entire Kunio-kun community. They have also been behind me for a long time. They've treated me so well. All of you guys, you rock. And to all of you, again, who are putting on this marathon, and to all of you who are watching this video, I love you all. I hope you are having a great one, and I wish you all the very best. And until next time, dream on, friends. Peace.